Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Welcome. Hello, Virginia Beach, and all of the beautiful people watching from wherever you're at, even if you're not in Virginia Beach. Welcome to Story Time. Today, I am going to be letting you guys in on the hilarious transaction that took place when I learned what Game of Thrones was. It involves my husband and our living room, and you're going to want to stick around for that because I had some of the funnest conversations. But first, I want to talk about a little bit that's going on. I'm going to keep it real short and sweet. And the sponsors page, I'm going to highlight the sponsors page on the website, acourthousekidnapping.com. There is a sponsors page up with links. And if you would like to see your business there and stand against litigation, trafficking, and stand up for the Constitution, advertise your stuff there. Let me know. It is best for local businesses or online businesses because most of the traffic to my website, when you look at the analytics, it's very, very clear. Majority, over 50% of the traffic from my website comes from Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake. So if anyone is interested in that for their small business, I'm renting the spots out for super cheap. And of course, I'm so grateful for all of the support, everything with Mona's Laws and a courthouse kidnapping. It couldn't move forward without you guys. I'm so grateful. So grateful. Cannot put into words how grateful I am for all of you. All of you. Right now, I have a couple affiliate links up there, and I'm going to end up putting a section for the new generation merch online store. So there's some really cool stuff there too. So thank you guys for all of that. It's a sponsored page. If you are interested, just email acourthousekidnapping@gmail.com. And once again, I'm so grateful. So winter is coming. Dun, dun, dun. What does that mean? Well, for a lot of people, it means cozy family holidays and warm nights by the fire and driving around seeing Christmas lights and getting together with family, eating with family. A lot of the things that just make life worth it, you know? We celebrate a lot in the winter. However, for some people, winter and all of those holidays and everything coming up is really just somewhat of a inevitable, painful reminder of what you don't have. And a lot of people end up spending those alone. And that's rough. Now, that's something I've been dealing with for a long time, for quite some time. But the last 3 years, and once again, visit acourthousekidnapping.com, and all of this will make perfect sense, have been extra difficult because due to the trafficking, abduction, selling of my children, I've had to miss all their birthdays for the last 3 years, which is entirely unnecessary. I should have never had to miss even one. And for me, I have Mona's birthday this month. That's the 27th, which I'm already like, it's rough. I mean, there's no way to just speed it up. You know, when you know a hard day's coming. I have Mona's birthday this month, Deacon's birthday next month, my dad's birthday in November, my birthday in December, all of which I'm sure I will be spending entirely alone and here with my dogs, which that's not alone, but still. And that's rough. But that's not even all of it. My conditions, because of my body, like this summer hasn't really been as bad physically, but everything gets 10 times worse in the wintertime. Things hurt more. I have to wear these stupid wrist bracelets like 24 hours a day for months. Everything gets worse. Everything gets worse. And it's all physical stuff. But because of the narcolepsy, hypersomnia, CFS, fibromyalgia, I mean, we could put them all together. There are times when in the winter, when I will be like stuck in my bed, in my brain, willing my body to move, and it just won't. And I don't love talking about my health or conditions publicly because, and any chronically ill person will tell you this, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. If you don't talk about it and fake being well all the time, every single day, which we do, we're very good at faking being well, very good at it, then you are dismissed, minimized, called a liar. It's crazy for something that you can do everything you can to work with your body and what's happening to it. But however many years of neuroscience hasn't even cured narcolepsy yet. Expecting the patient to be able to do it through sheer willpower is crazy and delusional. But then if you do talk about it all the time, on the other end of the spectrum, you're just a chronic complainer. So that becomes a really weird fine line that have consequences either way. And it becomes a point to where all I can do living in this body that I'm so grateful my spirit keeps alive is manage. I've said it in so many videos. You play the hand you're dealt. Sometimes that's the only option that you have. I mean, it affects even my voice. There are days I wake up and try to speak and I sound like a boy going through puberty. It's squeaky or nothing comes out at all. You guys will see me on my videos where I get hoarse. I can't. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. So like it's great. It's what is going on with me affects everything. It's insane. I'm so grateful for my own psychological resilience because it's like living with chronic illness is like, especially an invisible illness that people can't really see, especially when all you're doing is trying to put your best face forward every day, just like everyone else, and fit in just like a normal person, just like as if you were when you were healthy, which creates some of its own challenges. But what it's like life is a marathon with a lot of little races in between. And it's as if you are running the same marathon as everyone else, but you're wearing invisible weights strapped to you that nobody can see. So you're judged the exact same way as someone running, with nothing on and in perfect shoes when you have cement blocks taped to your feet and but nobody can see them. And then you have two different types of people, which becomes a Venn diagram because they do overlap at times. You have ignorant people who are either don't want to understand or can't understand. And then you have spiteful people who could understand but don't want to because it's another reason that they can have to judge you. It's crazy. It's weird. So during the wintertime, I already have physical challenges more so than the summertime by a long shot. And with all of the other stuff too, all of the emotional, psychological stuff that should never have taken place in the first place. And it's crazy, it's still happening. I mean, it is a lot. It's a lot to deal with for one person. And I'm a team of one in every aspect of my life, which is also not normal in any stretch of the imagination. It's been an interesting journey, the way things have played out. And I will continue to stay grateful for all of my blessings and every single one of my challenges, just like I tell all of you too. Let's talk about Game of Thrones. So, when Game of Thrones came out, first of all, something that you need to know is that I don't watch TV or movies, and that's for a couple of different reasons. One is because of my hypersomnia and narcolepsy. It's hard to get into something when you don't know if you're going to be awake for it or like, you know, especially long. Like, I mean, I could try to sit there with you and watch it, but if it's not something that grasps my attention immediately, I'm going to need to get up and go do something else that is going to be beneficial or fruitful and stuff. Like, I have work to do. And because my body requires so much sleep, like I'm literally living on borrowed time a lot of the times. And that's not something people see because nobody sees me in my room when I have to lay down. Nobody saw me in my home when I had to lay down. But, that's stuff that happens behind when nobody's around. So it's stuff that people that live with us. Anyways, so I'm not a big TV movie person for probably the last 10 years. And I've been really busy, and I've been extra busy since I've been sicker for the last 10 years because I have less time. Look at this up. Joshua, my husband, my Josh, he did watch more TV. He was on the couch like all the time watching TV and was like always into a new like cool like interesting series or whatever. He was into movies, whatever. When Game of Thrones came out, my office was upstairs. We had a fourth bedroom and I turned it into my office. And I spent a lot of time in there when I was launching. Of course, when I was launching New Tomorrow Life coaching and then working on mental health VB after that, I spent a lot of time in my office. I spent a lot of time working. I didn't really like hang out that much unless the kids were home, and then I would, go hang out with them. But I worked from home. So my office was upstairs, and of course, living room was downstairs. And the way our house is set up, you had to walk through living room either this way or around to the front to get to the kitchen. It was like a big circle. And so I would, of course, come down from my office all the time for water and whatever. But it would kind of just be me passing through, going straight into the kitchen, get water, whatever, go back upstairs. And when Game of Thrones came out, there was like 3 times when I left my office to go downstairs, get water, do whatever, check on whatever, smoke a cigarette, like go outside, smoke a cigarette, whatever. And Josh was in the living room and there was full nudity on our 52-inch screen TV. And it was never when the kids were there. They were always like outside playing or whatever. Like it wasn't weird like that. He wasn't like watching in front of the kids. That would have been like the first time we're like, oh, okay, what's happening? No, it wasn't like that at all. It was always just down there by himself. And the kids would be like at school or outside playing or whatever. But it kept happening. And the first time I didn't say anything, I thought, that's weird. And then the second time I thought, what is going on? Like, is he does he need more attention? Why is he watching this kinds of cinema media in the living room? Like, just right out in the open. Okay. So the third time I come down, and the third time, full frontal nudity. There's you saw it. You guys saw it. You saw the show. And I approached it so delicately because, I didn't want my husband, my partner, to feel like I was judging him for like doing something weird. Like, I didn't want to come off judgmental. But I was finally like, hey, honey. I was like, listen, I don't know what's going on. Or if like you need more from me, maybe like in our bedroom, but maybe it would be better if you watched this kind of stuff like in the room or like in the bathroom with the door closed, like a freaking normal person. And he started laughing. And of course, I'm giggling a little too, because it's such a weird, like, when do you ever think you're going to have to confront your spouse about watching PORN in the living room? Like, that's not. So, and he starts laughing, and he was like, Jamie, and he was like, babe, this is on HBO. And I was like, okay, well, first of all, I didn't even know we had HBO. Secondly, I remember HBO when I was little, and I would have to like, oh my goodness, me and Brittany would have to like sneak out of our rooms at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to see stuff like that on HBO. We weren't supposed to be watching it, and we were like, and he was like, no. He was like, this isn't late night HBO. And I was like, I don't believe it. I was like, this is PORN. He was like, it's not. He explained it to me, and I didn't believe him for a while until I saw everyone else talking about it, and I was just like, what are we coming to, and what's acceptable to be playing in the living room? I've still never seen a whole episode of Game of Thrones. I feel like such a nerd about it too, because everyone's seen it. We were at a Halloween party a couple of years ago, and I am not really the type of person who usually like puts costumes on unless it's for my kids for Halloween. It's just not something I really think about doing, even on the holiday. Even going out, I wouldn't think about I would just say, oh, Halloween, whatever. But this was very distinctly a costume situation. It said that on the thing. So I got some like black wings and put on a dress and some whatever. And I don't know. That was my costume. But my hair was super, super, super blonde, because my hair was blonde my whole life until now. Well, not my whole life. It was blonde high school through like now. No. And someone goes, are you Khaleesi? And I was like, I don't know who that is. I'm such a nerd. So, but he was totally right. But I did. I thought, man, do I need to like, because I could tell in the couple times I came down that this was like a period piece, if you will. I was thinking like, does he want me to like put on a whole bunch of body armor, like take it off or something? Like, what is happening? And then I learned, nope, totally normal mainstream. Who? No. It's still weird to me. That's still weird to me. So that's my story time for today. If you guys have not checked out my link tree, I will put that link in the comments. The only link you'll ever need. And I'm loving using Linktree. Amazing. On my Linktree, you can find links to 50% off of your first box of Farmer's Dog, which is super cool. I talked about it in the announcements video. And 50% off your first box of Hiya children's vitamins come directly to your door. And what I love about this, the more I'm learning about it, is the bottle. It comes with a refillable bottle, so you don't have a million different bottles, one. And the kids can decorate them. They're children, specifically children's vitamins. Such a cool service. Go get 50% off Farmer's Dog, 50% off Hiya. Start your subscription to Babbel. Learn another language. Why not? Who says you can't? Why can't you? Yes, you can. Don't underestimate yourself. We're not going to do that here. No, I'm not going to underestimate you. I'll never underestimate you. You guys are amazing. I'm so grateful. You have no idea. You have no idea how grateful I am that I'm allowed to speak here and how much you guys have just made all of the difference, my friends. Yes, all of you. Even the people hate watching me, you're still amazing. And I'm still so grateful for you. I promise you I am. Human to human. This whole thing is weird. The last three and a half years have been weird. I have so much to share with you. And I look forward to doing that. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. You matter. You're important. Go find something that you love and hold it tight and feel that gratitude inside of you. Let it warm you. You're allowed to do that. Thank you, guys. Stay grateful for all of our blessings and every single one of our challenges. For what? Strength. Y'all are amazing. Go check out the link tree and I'll leave. Oh, I don't have to leave more links. Just go check out the link tree, the Courthouse stuff. Courthouse Kidnapping stuff's on there. I'm telling you, link tree's amazing. I'll never stop raving about that either. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.